today's episode will show you what other places you can visit in Taksim area and nearby places. In this area, we do not only have the GALATA Tower or the Istiklal street, where we can find many pubs, cafes, bars, and many shops to buy things at, but we also have many other places that are very interesting to visit and really worth to go to each one of them. So we will show you each one of them right now. The Gatala Tower is one of the most iconic places in Istanbul, and it offers 360 degrees views from all the city. An interesting tale that this tower has is that in the 17th century, an Ottoman aviator from Constantinople performed the first appropriate flight with artificial wings, jumped from the tallest part of the tower and landed at Üsküdar, on the Asian side of Istanbul, crossing the Bosphorus Strait. This site is open to visitors every single day from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and the entrance fee per person is 35 Turkish lira. Remember that the museum pass Istanbul is not valid for this place. In order to avoid the long lines in the tower, we recommend you doing it as soon as it opens. Sometimes people have to wait for an hour or more during the high season. In this street, we can find plenty of cafes, pubs, bars, restaurants, and shops. Here we'll find one of the most vibrant environments in the city, and every day, especially in the afternoon, will be very crowded. As well, this is a great place to those looking for a nightlife experience. The TRIADA is a Greek Orthodox church, and it was built in 1980. It is considered as the largest Greek Orthodox shrine in Istanbul. This church is located just a few minutes away from the Taksim Square monument, and it's definitely worth a visit to see its beautiful architecture. To enter to this church is better going on a Sunday morning, since it's open for worshiping and ceremonies are being held, but some other days can be a bit more difficult to see it from inside. The Flower Passage is a historical place in the middle of Istiklal Street, right across the Galatasaray University. This place's history dates back to the 1870s, when this area used to be an important cultural center. Years later, and after many changes, this passage became a place for small flower shops, and there's where its name comes from. Nowadays, here we can find a great atmosphere, since we can find lots of restaurants, and it's a perfect place to those looking for a lively night in Istanbul. This is a good place to have drinks and dinner with friends. CEZAYIR Street is also known as the French Street, and here we can find lots of restaurants, cafes, wine houses, and boutiques, and all of them are decorated in bright colors. This is another place to have a great night out with live music in Istanbul. The St. Anthony of Padua Church is the largest Roman Catholic church in Istanbul. It was built in 1912 in a neo-Gothic style. This church can be visited every single day from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and it is a couple of meters away from the Galatasaray High School in Istiklal Street. This church's history dates back to 1884, but after some fires back in those years, it was finally rebuilt and turned as we see it nowadays in 1769. This was one of the 3 Roman Catholic churches in Istanbul, and during the 19th century, it became one of the most prestigious Catholic churches in the city. The Galata MEVLEVI house is a very important piece of history for the whirling dervishes, originally known as MEVLEVI Order. It was built in 1491, and here you'll be able to learn and experience the life, culture, and music of one of Turkey's most important traditions, the whirling dervishes. The museum is open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. in summer and from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in winter. It's closed every Monday and the entrance fee per person is 14 liras. If you have the Museum Pass Istanbul, don't forget that this place is already included. As well, if you wish to watch a whirling dervishes performance, this place also offers them only on Sundays at 5 p.m. and the tickets cost only 100 Turkish liras per person. This stairway was built between 1870 and 1880 and was financed by the banker Abraham KAMONDO in order to facilitate the transport of his children to their school. This staircase is a fascinating piece of architecture that we highly recommend you visiting if you are in this area. The Arab Mosque is the only one in Istanbul that was converted from a Roman Catholic church. This place's history dates back to 1204 when it used to be a church, but after the conquest of Constantinople by the Ottomans in 1453, it was converted into a mosque and its name was Galata Mosque. This mosque later on received its name as Arab Mosque because during the 15th century, Istanbul welcomed and settled around the mosque Andalusian Arabs, who were deported from Spain during the Spanish Inquisition. The mosque is open to visitors every single day from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and is totally free to enter. These are many other interesting places that you can come and see around in Taksim area besides the Gatala Tower and the famous Istiklal Street. So thanks a lot for watching our video, and if you would like to keep receiving more tips and recommendations from locals about Istanbul, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Bye-bye!